that's happened in Universal Studios Orlando, from as big as mask policy changes and Velocicoaster previews to as small as little refurbishments around the parks, well, you're in the right place, for you're watching Wunu, your weekly Universal news and updates, where I'm going to go over all of that and more. And let's get straight into it with my first topic. General news, a topic that, like a lot of my other topics this week, is actually surprisingly short. So this week, fully vaccinated team members are no longer required to wear face masks outdoors. Now, however, a good amount of team members still wore them. Now, I do not know if this means that they were not vaccinated or just did not feel comfortable doing it, but keep in mind that they can have their mask off now, only in an outdoor setting though, as of this. However, I do not think it will be a very long time until masks are no longer required inside for team members too. Also, this became active on Saturday. Next up, the Velocicoaster had previews throughout the week, ranging from a 55 to around a 90-minute wait. Now, it would close early on Friday, and also on Wednesday, it would open later and end up having a 90-minute wait, just to show the kind of higher part of this. So the Velocicoaster had a lot of previews this week, like it has for the past, I believe, 3 weeks at this point. So I'm just telling you in advance that if you want to get on this, I would actually suggest going soon. However, now that I think about this, as of the time of opening this, the Velocicoaster is going to be open in 3 days. So, just keep that in mind, that you can, if you go before it opens, it's probably going to be open. Also, distancing was changed in the Hogwarts Express queue to 3 feet, and now the cabins are filled all the way to their fullest, sitting up to 8 people in each cabin. So just keep in mind, 8 is about the maximum amount of people that can be sat in a Hogwarts Express cabin, and they are now seating that. So there's going to be a lot of people in this attraction with you. Also, for stores, the Boutique in Marvel reopened. It has a very large variety of Loungefly items, mainly themed to Marvel Superhero Island. Additionally, all the books you can read reopened in Seuss Landing. This store features a lot of Dr. Seuss books, and also has coloring sheets with crayons out for kids. Additionally, the Williams of Hollywood Prop Shop is now open daily instead of only on the weekends, so you can now go through and buy the insanely expensive but cool props that they have here from the parks. Also, a specific box kind of themed water feature returned and was turned back on in If I Ran the Zoo. Next up, on Saturday, multiple rides actually got delayed due to weather, and what's really funny is even Men in Black Alien Attack got delayed. If you don't know this ride can't be delayed due to weather. It is an indoor ride. It can't have weather delays. The only reason that it could be delayed due to weather is if some sort of weather destroyed part of the ride. So I don't know if this is something like that happened, or some reason for weather that I am not aware of. However, apparently it was closed for weather. Finally, Hagrid's went down due to technical issues on Wednesday, which isn't really that surprising. This ride goes down a good deal because it has so many animatronics and launches and just things that need to be functioning on it. It's gonna go down like this. So that was a lot of stuff for actually a shorter topic. However, we can look into another topic of the same length with another good deal of things for my next topic. Light jazz intensifies as we move into construction. So this week, some water features were barricaded off in Toon Lagoon for refurbishment. Now these are actually added onto ones that were barricaded off around 2 weeks ago, making that most of the water features here are actually now barricaded off from the public. Now, new non-slip rubber-like flooring was placed under these features, making it so that they are a lot less slippery, people will not get hurt as much, and they also just look a lot livelier, which is good because these areas did need a little bit of refurbishment. Over in Isla Nublar, the dinosaurs fighting over the pizza slice on the Pizza Predatoria sign was removed. However, this is more than likely for refurbishment, and they will be returning because these dinosaurs that are eternally fighting over this pizza slice are going to be back. I swear, one day, Universal just needs to let one of them win, and everyone's just going to be so excited over it. At least the big fans of Universal are, just because The eternal fight, or 22-year-long fight for the pizza slice, and one finally won. Also, some Jurassic World manhole covers in Isla Nublar now look more uniform and a lot less weathered than they did before. Now, these were meant to look weathered, that's how they were themed to look. However, now they look a lot more Jurassic World-y rather than Jurassic Park-y. Also, some small stages that characters used to use in Seuss Landing have been removed. The characters are now on ground level with the guests. They are still socially distanced. You cannot run up and hug them. However, their stages are gone, so they are now on the same floor that the guests are. Also, a small stage that was by Central Park's Crepes has now been removed. I remember talking about this being added in over a year ago, and a lot of people are actually speculating that it was for HHN because that was when that was originally. However, this has just been a fun little dance party area that's been used for Christmas event and a lot of stuff like that. Finally, warning signs have been reinstalled for Storm Force Acceleratron, hinting extremely that it's going to be reopening for summertime crowds, which I don't really have any feelings on. It's a cool ride, but I've only been on it twice. It's just fast teacups, so if it makes you sick, that kind of thing, don't go on that. However, it will be reopened for those of you who love the sensation of spinning at what feels like 1,000 miles an hour, because, not sarcastically, I actually like doing that. And you go ahead and barf everything up, but we can talk about what you're going to eat so you can do that in my next topic. City Walk, probably my favorite topic in this video because I get to talk about donuts. So this week, Voodoo Donuts released 5 new donuts based off of the Olympic rings. Each donut is a different colored version of the same donut. A raised yeast shell filled with yuzu whipped cream, topped with vanilla icing and sprinkles. These can be bought individually or you can get all 5 of a set. And we're not going to talk about how weird it is that they didn't put a donut hole in the things that are supposed to be rings. Just not going to worry about that. Also, Voodoo Donuts released a mobile order exclusive summer s'mores donut. It is a raised yeast donut filled with chocolate whipped cream, dipped in chocolate icing, and tipped with sprinkles and buttercream. So if this seems like your kind of thing, go ahead and grab it. It seems very chocolatey, but pretty good. Also this week, advertisement areas that were used for the Blue Man Group now advertise the Orlando Informer Meetup, which is something that they do every now and then. It is an event held by a fellow update thing that is obviously much larger than I am, called an Orlando Informer, and they host Orlando Informer Meetups that have a lot of perks and are fun. However, they are a bit expensive, but they did some advertising for it here, and it actually looks really fun. Finally, some more concrete was being painted yellow and purple. These are the colors for the sidewalks in City Walk, and they are just embracing that to its full with this painting. So we talked about food in this topic, however we can talk a lot more about it in my next topic. Restaurants, another one of my shorter topics this week. So this week, the Watering Hole added a new fossilizer drink. It is coconut rum, blue cacao pineapple juice, ceramics, and Sprite. Also, dividers have been removed from in-between tables, which is throughout the entire parks. These are now being removed from inside restaurants, and this doesn't change the way they're seating or anything. It just means that plexiglass dividers are no longer there. I don't really know why they would do this. It doesn't really inconvenience anything. However, these are now gone, so if you want to eat and you want to have dividers, these are no longer in the parks. Also, dividers were removed from in-between Coca-Cola freestyle machines. These were slowly added when the park started reopening. However, they are now getting all rid of. So most plexiglass dividers at this point are gone. Or actually, I think all of them are. So this was a short topic. However, let's continue that with my next topic. UOAP news, where I go over everything that a pass holder needs to know. So this week, the new UOAP June Solid Red Button, which is a reference to the red button in the Men in Black Alien Attack, was released. It is given out at the UOAP Lounge and Tune Extra. Now, the back of this reads 999999 as a reference to a perfect score on the ride. And Okay, hotshots, it's time to see what you're made of. Oh, and the red button? Don't even think of pushing it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, this is kind of a lame button. I get it's supposed to be like a minimalist feel, however, it just seems like Universal was kind of lazy, and what I'm mainly upset about is this is the Velocicoaster opening month, and they gave us a solid red button, but whatever, beggars can't be choosers. I love these buttons, and I'm not gonna complain about them too much. Plus, it's the only update I have in this topic, so let's go ahead and go on to my next topic. The ever-growing topic, merchandise. So this week, passport covers for all 4 houses became available. Now, inside of these, there is room for the passport, 4 cards, and a extra pocket that can kind of be used for whatever you want. These are really cute, and they're a fun thing to use if you're traveling, and they're fun little accessories that you can have. Also, new paint-splattered retro shirts became available. These are really fun as no 2 of these shirts are actually the same, meaning that each one is unique and will have a piece of merchandise that nobody else has from Universal Studios. So keep that in mind because it's a really cool thing to know. Finally, a lot of stuff came out for Jurassic Park. So these include a Loungefly backpack that actually allows the Jurassic Park gates to be opened to reveal a T-Rex and a Jurassic Park vehicle. This backpack has caution tape straps and a Life Finds a Way on the back. A Jurassic Park Loungefly wallet, which features Ian Malkin, Alan Grant, and John Hammond, and on the other side, a Pop badge with a T-Rex and a Dilophosaur. A T-Rex Encounter hoodie, which has footprints on its sleeve and T-Rex Encounter rolls on the back, which are actually quite accurate according to the movie, as they talk about the T-Rex being able to see you if they move. A T-Rex Encounter shirt. A Jurassic World Raglan t-shirt, a tropical travel tumbler, bottle opener, keychain, pin, a Camp Cretaceous Best Trip Ever photo frame, and a Youth Run shirt became available. So those are all of the major things that I found in the parks this week. However, I do also find some small things, so let's take a look at those. This week on the Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventures extended queue, new signs have been added showing where the end of the line is and what the ride is onto the barricades. Also, a small Easter egg was spotted in the Velocicoaster queue. Right before the stables, when there is an aerial view of the coaster on the screen, an osprey is shown. This is most likely a reference to the osprey that kept making nests on top of the top hat during construction, what I commonly refer to as the construction worker osprey war. And it was a really funny thing when it happened. However, the ospreys are still nesting in this area, just in an osprey nesting area that is made for them, and not on top of the top hat. The video exit is approaching. Please watch your step. Thank you guys so much for making your way all the way through this video. If you know what that is a nod to, go ahead and tell me in the comments, because if you've been to Universal, you probably know what it is. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a great time watching my video and it was informative. I know this one was a bit shorter, however, it's probably good for the both of us as it's a little bit less work for me and a shorter watch for you. Anyways, have a nice day. This is Winu, signing off.